Captain Tom Reed stood stiffly at attention as the Vexari delegation filed into the observation chamber. The 7-foot-tall aliens moved with unsettling grace, their iridescent scales glimmering under the harsh lights of the diplomatic vessel. This was humanity's third official meeting with the galactic power, and Reed knew everything hinged on making a good impression. "Welcome aboard the Defiance," Admiral Blake said, extending a hand that the lead Vexari, Commander Nix, pointedly ignored. "Your hospitality is noted," Nix replied, mandibles clicking in what the humans had learned was amusement. "We are eager to continue our assessment of Earth's technological capabilities." Reed suppressed a grimace. The previous 2 meetings had gone poorly. The Vexari had dismissed human achievements in medicine, agriculture, and even basic space travel as quaint, but inefficient. Their condescension was becoming harder to bear, especially as reports from other human colonies described Vexari ships conducting exercises dangerously close to populated areas. Admiral Blake gestured toward the display cases lining the walls. "Today we thought we'd show you something from our military history. These are artifacts from various periods of human warfare." Nix and his entourage moved slowly along the exhibition, their compound eyes reflecting disinterest as they passed. "Futuristic pulse rifles and energy shields. Primitive," one of the aliens muttered loud enough for everyone to hear. But when they reached the ancient weapons section, Nix stopped abruptly, pointing at a weathered wooden case containing an old revolver. "What is this crude device?" he asked, genuine curiosity in his voice for the first time. Reed stepped forward. "That's a Colt single-action army revolver from the 19th century. We call it the Peacemaker. It's approximately 150 years old." The Vexari delegation erupted into a chittering sound that the translation software identified as laughter. "You kept such inefficient killing tools?" Nix's second-in-command asked. "Our species had molecular disruptors before we achieved spaceflight." Reed felt his face flush but maintained his composure. "May I?" he asked, reaching for the case. Admiral Blake gave a subtle nod, and Reed carefully removed the antique revolver. "This particular model was used in what we call the American West," Reed explained, holding the gun with reverence. "It fires kinetic projectiles, bullets propelled by a controlled explosion." The Vexari's laughter grew louder. "Explosions? Inside a handheld device?" Nix's eyes blinked in rapid succession. "And your species survived long enough to meet us? Remarkable." Commander Nix reached out one long, clawed appendage. "May I examine this historical curiosity?" Reed hesitated but handed over the revolver. Protocol dictated cooperation, though every instinct screamed against placing a weapon, even an ancient one, in alien hands. Nix turned the gun over carelessly, pointing it at various crew members while examining its mechanisms. Reed noticed the alien's complete disregard for basic weapon safety but said nothing. "There appears to be something inside it," Nix said, peering down the barrel. "I wouldn't," Reed began. Too late. Nix had already pressed the trigger. The sharp click of the hammer falling on an empty chamber echoed through the suddenly silent room. "As I suspected. Non-functional," Nix declared, tossing the revolver back to Reed, who caught it deftly. "Like much of your technology." Admiral Blake cleared her throat. "Perhaps you'd like to see a demonstration?" Nix's mandibles twitched in what humans had learned was the Vexari equivalent of a dismissive smile. "Please, entertain us with your antique." Reed glanced at Blake, who gave a subtle nod. This hadn't been part of the official plan, but the Admiral was clearly tired of the alien's condescension. "With your permission," Reed said, moving to a nearby table where a small wooden box sat. He opened it, revealing 6 gleaming bullets, not the standard ammunition for such a weapon, but special rounds developed by Earth's military engineers for this exact meeting. The captain loaded the revolver methodically, aware of the aliens watching with what appeared to be amused indulgence. "The demonstration area is through here," he said, leading the group into an adjacent chamber with a simple target range. "You still use physical projectiles in vacuum?" Nix asked incredulously. "How charmingly obsolete." Reed aimed at the target, a simple metal plate 50 meters away, and fired. The revolver's report was deafening in the enclosed space. The Vexari delegation recoiled, their sensitive hearing clearly affected by the noise. But what happened next silenced even their complaints. Upon impact, the bullet expanded, not just fragmenting as normal ammunition might, but literally swelling to 50 times its size, transforming into a pulsing blue sphere that enveloped the entire target plate. Nanite-enhanced ammunition, Reed explained calmly as the alien stared in shock. The bullet contains a dormant swarm programmed to expand upon impact, consuming surrounding material to grow. Had this been a ship hull, the breach would have been catastrophic. The sphere slowly retracted, leaving nothing of the metal target behind. The nanites self-terminate after completing their task, Reed continued, holstering the ancient revolver. We've found that combining old delivery systems with new technology often catches our adversaries unprepared. Nix's compound eyes fixed on the empty space where the target had been. For the first time, the alien seemed genuinely rattled. You hide your advancements in primitive casings, he said finally. A deception. Admiral Blake smiled thinly. Not deception, Commander. Respect for our history while embracing innovation. Those colonies you've been intimidating, they all have weapons. That looked just as obsolete as this one. The atmosphere in the room had shifted palpably. The Vexari delegation huddled together, communicating in rapid clicks too fast for the translation software to capture. Perhaps, Nick said eventually, we should revisit the terms of our proposed treaty. Reed returned the revolver to its case, catching Admiral Blake's satisfied nod. The message had been delivered. Underestimate humans at your peril. Sometimes the most dangerous weapons are the ones you laugh at, until they swell.